Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of today's new episode, episode 20 of Toaru Majutsu no Index 3, Certain Magical Index 3. This one was really good. I know I said maybe last week that it was the best episode in the season. This one is up there. It's either this one might be better, or it's at least up there the same as last week's. This one was really good though. Both from a perspective of the production quality and the animation. The animation was on something different this week. But in addition to that, also the character development. And one thing that I think is a bit underrated that I loved about this, I love when a chapter of something or an episode of something has a really good structure. And I thought this episode had a really great structure, where we'd see we had basically the three main groups with Hamazura, Toma, and Accelerator, but we're also seeing things with Carissa's group, and I think there was maybe one other group or thing we were seeing, and we had this really good organization of seeing a bit of each one back to back, and I really like when episodes or chapters do that kind of thing a lot. So long as it's done well. I've brought up previously this season that things have been a little bit too jumbled, but this felt organized really well. So I'll talk about the contents of it part by part and then give some more general thoughts at the end. So starting off at the beginning, Misaka Worst wakes up and Accelerator's in angel mode. He seemingly has just snapped and gone nuts after healing her because he wants to destroy all of Academy City for what it is doing and what it has done. Not only trying to bring him down and trying to destroy his psychological facility, so to speak, but more importantly, what they've done to innocent people like Last Order. Not just Last Order, but that's kind of like the focus, the symbol he has in his mind of what's going wrong. Then after the opening, we see Toma's group healing up. And Lessar speaks to Toma saying, from what I've seen at least, the results of your actions have all led to good so far. Because Toma was still questioning himself after what Fiyama said a little bit about who can really decide if my deception is what's right or wrong for Index. Am I actually leading her to a positive path, or have I messed up? We then see Hamazura the Tank Buster just going after this sort of armored anti-personnel craft with this huge machine gun. So he was on all of that. Didn't really work at all. They bring up that the mercenaries are just gonna kill everyone in the village. They didn't spend too much time developing this. They're just like, let's go tell the story that's going on. And then before we cut away from it, they bring up that and I believe they brought this up, I don't remember if it was 1 or 2 episodes ago, but that they have been storing some of the mines that were left by the government nearby at the border to give to a non-government organization, I think. So they can use those mines to fight back. Then we go to Carissa's group, which is kind of the fourth main group in the story here, or the third if you're kind of counting Accelerator and Toma together. Though they end up in the same space, though, they're kind of telling different stories with each of the two of them. But we see Glastonbury, sort of a floating fortress of Britain, and also fighting out there is extending Cortana's range. Now, Elizard still has Cortana, but the power and influence is going to Carissa and all of the people fighting. From back where she has to stay at the capital with the actual Cortana second. The Knight Leader is hilarious though when Carissa's being lewd. I love he just pulls out the phone, basically pulls out the walkie-talkie. He's like, hello, can I speak to the Queen? I need to know if I can spank your daughter. So Knight Leader was hilarious. Just Carissa misbehaving up in here. We then see the Maiden of Versailles, or learn of the Maiden of Versailles, which is kind of France's big weapon, magically speaking. And they thought that she couldn't leave, but turns out she can. Carissa then brings up that she still has fragmentary power from when she had Cortana original and it interacted with Cortana second. Accelerator is now totally rampaging, like I said before, set on destroying Academy City. The animation there is nuts for the angel wing darkness things. The animation is nuts. We get a little bit of that before cutting over. I think we get our commercial break then, and then after the commercial break we see Hamazura again has the luckiest ass mine throw on this craft before getting interrupted as he was about to kill them by a helicopter showing up. Then cutting back, we have Accelerator beating the shit out of Toma. Just knocking the hell out of Toma. And his reasoning is really, really cool, where he's saying, you're supposed to be a hero, right? You're out here saving people. There are a lot of people who are out here that are playing heroes or whatever. And if heroes did their job, I wouldn't have to save people. He's basically saying, I'm good at being evil. I'm supposed to be the bad guy, but I'm out here saving people because the heroes aren't doing their job. I'm out here saving people because the heroes aren't saving people, which is really, really cool. And then Toma, of course, breaks that apart and starts fighting back and hitting him. And the basic thoughts coming from Toma was, you don't need to be a hero to save people. He's like, I don't see myself as a hero. I don't see myself as good. I just see somebody in trouble and I help them, whether that's good or bad. And he's like, and that's basically what you've been doing, so are you going to keep doing what you're doing, or are you going to just give up? So I like that his whole thing was, you think that you're being this hero that you don't want to be. You don't have to be a hero. Just do what you want. Just save people because you want to. Aqua then out of nowhere saves Hamazura. I was so hyped for Aqua showing up. This season has made Aqua like one of my favorite characters in the series, to tell the truth. So Aqua shows up, saves Hamazura. Russia, then we learn from Carissa, will release a virus if they're invaded, and of course that's definitely super bad news. So she's kind of proposing for France to work together with them or just let them pass, because it's kind of the wrong thing to do to let Russia do whatever it wants. And of course the Russian Orthodoxy and mostly the Roman Catholic Orthodoxy is not cool, because Fiamma's controlling them and sort of warping them from what they should be. So then we see Kuroko finds footage of Toma in Russia, shows it to Misaka, who decides to go after them. We see that Mugino is still searching for Hamazura, now on some sort of plane. And yeah, Accelerator is sent to Elizalina with Index's name written on a note, so he'll probably come in to help Toma later on. Then at the end, Toma's sort of deciding that even if he is wrong about what he's doing with Index, Fiamma's not the one he should be bowing to. Fiamma's not the one he should be apologizing to if he has wronged Index. Of course, hinting that it's because Index is the one that he should be bowing to be apologizing to if he's made a mistake. So yeah, I thought the animation was great. The character development was great, because we have this good stuff with Toma being unsure at first before seeing what Accelerator was going through. Him being unsure about if what he's doing is right or wrong, and saying, who can really say, to after dealing with Accelerator, thinking to himself, I might be wrong, but even if I am wrong, it's not Fiamma's business, it's between me and Index. So again, that was really great development, and the same goes for Accelerator, where his story here is that I guess Carissa and Hamazura both had good development too. Hamazura is trying to stand on his own against this large force, and Aqua bails him out. But Accelerator's basic story is the other big one other than Toma's, really. Is that he started out thinking, I'm good at being evil, I got good at being evil, and I was evil because I was protecting things that I thought were important. But now I'm protecting things, acting like a hero, because the heroes aren't doing their job. And then Toma shows up telling him that you don't have to be a hero, just protect what you want to save and protect, work with me if you want. And after that he decides, the person who was able to successfully do it is the person who didn't think of themselves as good or evil. So maybe thinking I need to do evil to protect things, that's not really enough, or that's not really right. So all of that, great character development. And like I said, I love the organization, where it's kind of basically the four main stories. The Carissa story, Hamazura story, Accelerator story, and Toma story, even though they intersect a bit. And I really love the way they were organized. As a score, though, it's hard to not give this a perfect score, actually. Gosh, I don't know if it's quite perfect, though. I'm going to give it 9.75. Close to perfect, but not quite. I thought it was extremely, extremely good, though, and extremely fun to watch. I'd give it 9.75. Basically almost perfect. It was so good. 9.75 heroes out of 10, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed it a whole hell of a lot, if you couldn't tell. So, if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of the episode. How much did you enjoy it, and what you thought of my thoughts on it and all that. Subscribe for more. Toaru Majutsu no Index. Much, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there, stuff for the channel, or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us on Discord about this series or anything else, just ask and I can give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. So that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.